When thinking about how to improve outcomes from students in classrooms, there's no more powerful tool than raising our own expectation. That means raising our expectations for the depth and quality of conversations that we have in our classroom, our expectations for the level of attentiveness and investment from students, and our expectations for the quality and timeliness of work that students give us. Now, there's about a million ways to take all of that wrong, so let me explain. First, we need to understand this continuum, and I forgot where I got this. I think it was from Teach for America, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that I never forgot it. And the bottom line is this: teacher mindsets impact teacher actions. Teacher actions influence student actions, and student actions govern student outcomes. We need to ground ourselves in an understanding that student outcomes are a direct extension of our own mindsets. And this is backed up by research. When John Hattie did his research on effect size of different instructional approaches and strategies in the classroom, he found that the number one most important thing that has the greatest impact on student outcomes is teacher mindset. Second, understand this: students who are identified as difficult to teach are more likely to join a gang or enlist in the military. Now, that may not sound like a significant epiphany until you consider that both of those environments are highly hierarchical and they demand greater conformity than normal society. Those kids are not rebelling because they're trying to express their individuality. They're searching for their sense of belonging and group membership. The problem is not that we're making demands that they can't meet. The problem is that we haven't offered them anything that feels significant enough to get on board with. The best place to start with adjusting our own mindsets is the 100%, 100%, 100% approach from Teach Like a Champion. If you've never heard of Doug Lemov and Teach Like a Champion, you should look it up right after this. But here's the main idea. We should expect 100% attention from 100% of our students 100% of the time. And if that sounds extreme, then consider their alternative. What do you expect in your classroom if you were to quantify it? Do you expect 80% attention from 70% of your students 50% of the time? What do you really expect? And how do you convey and enforce that expectation? There are a lot of ways that we communicate our expectations to students, but the most important one is this: stop talking while your students are talking. Don't talk until you have complete silence from your entire classroom. And if a student interrupts you, stop talking and start over from the start once everyone is quiet. Start over again from the very start every single time. Do this consistently enough, and you'll find that students will start to police one another when you start talking. But this practice is just the tip of the iceberg. An iceberg that you need to research and chip away at until you have the tools, until you have the mindset it takes to do it well. Remember, 100% attention from 100% of students 100% of the time. Now, a couple of caveats. First, this isn't a magic bullet. It doesn't mean that you're going to walk into a classroom like Samuel L. Jackson or Hilary Swank or Jack Black and work miracles. You are still governed and limited by the laws of reality and reasonable expectation. I'm just saying that that reasonable expectation is much higher than many educators, too many educators, currently believe. Second, this doesn't mean that we as educators are not responsible for creating lessons that capture students' attention, inspire students to think and imagine, engage students in active learning, and provide constant feedback that allows students to be continuously improving. Those are all super important practices that we need to be doing at a very high level. And we need to keep those expectations high on ourselves, because if we can't lead by example, then we can't lead.